Hi there, grade sixes. This is your first science flip video, so I want you to get used to an idea that I'm going to present to you. It's called tasking. Now, I know we've mentioned this in class, but tasking for you is going to be really important. Task stands for take notes, summarize, and question. And what that will look like is you writing down all the stuff that you've learned either through what I'm about to say, or for that matter, the video you're going to see directly after me. Writing a summary, a quick rundown of what you think was the main idea behind the entire video, or videos in this case. And on top of that, the cue is to question. If anything comes to mind, like if you don't think something is very clear, or you're unsure of something, or even if you want to ask a question that takes you further along in understanding the subject, write it down and we'll cover them in class, okay? What this video is all about is the T. molitor, or the mealworm that we were talking about in class. The mealworm is an interesting animal because it's used by many people who own pets such as reptiles, iguanas, bearded lizards, that kind of thing, as a food source. You can get them at just about any pet shop too. They provide them there. But the mealworm is also really interesting because its process through life is very easy to see, and it happens in a very short period of time. So for our purposes, watching a life cycle of an animal like a mealworm can work out in the classroom. Along with watching the video, I want you to click on, there's two PDFs there as well. I want you to click on them, and I want to show you a couple of resources that I'm making available to you. Okay, one of them is this. It's the life cycle of the T. molitor. It just runs down what the animal looks like as it goes through its process, but more importantly, it also includes all the parts and gives you an idea of some of the terminology. Okay, it's something you should know. And the second one that you're going to see there is actually a hand drawing of the larva. Now, we're going to start off at the larva only because as eggs, mealworms are incredibly small. They're very difficult to see, and they're even more difficult to manipulate without damaging them. So for us to put them into a container and then watch them go from an egg to a larva would be very, very difficult. So what we're going to see is the process from larva to pupa to beetle. Okay, and it's a fascinating one to see, and it works really quickly. So we'll see some changes very, very, very soon. All right. Now for the video. Take an idea, take a couple of minutes, watch it, task it, and if something isn't clear, you can always watch it again. You know, if the first time it doesn't work, try again. Make sure you give it a good look, and we'll talk about this more tomorrow.